Hi, I'm Kelsey.
I'm Sophie,
And welcome to Half-Blood Hardback. Today we're going to be doing our top 5 series video.
And just so you guys know, this is a series that we have both read, so we won't be including series like
The
Hunger Games, Harry
Kane
Potter,
Chronicles, yeah.
Kane Chronicles, Trials of Apollo, Magnus Chase, books that we have both read. So sorry if you are a fan of Harry Potter, Hunger Games, or all the following that I said.
We're hoping to do a part 2 of this like next year or somewhere later, and we'll do like a top 10. So at number 5, we have the Narnia series by C.S. Lewis.
So if you don't know, this is about 4 kids who are humans. Sorry, but like, it's kind of important for the book. And they travel through a wardrobe into a fantasy land called Narnia. They are hunted by the White Witch, who basically tries to rule Narnia. This is also kind of like a spin-off of the Bible, sort of. It's really good, but we prefer the movies because it's kind of like the Old English that like not many people can understand. And the movies were really, really well done.
In the number 4 spot, we're putting The Land of Stories by Chris Colfer, and this is actually a middle grade series. It's basically about 2 kids who kind of like Narnia.
They're twins.
Yes.
Just, you know.
Kind of like Narnia, fall into a book that leads them to a fairy tale world this time. And they go on adventures through the fairy tale world and find out a lot of secrets about their family that they did not know before.
So it's basically a whole bunch of fairy tales combined into one sort of like land, I guess you could say. It's called The Land of Stories, so I mean, like, it's kind of in the title.
Yeah.
We got this when we were in 5th grade.
Yeah, and
now we're going into 10th grade, so.
They're actually
Yeah.
still making books. I think the 7th one is coming out
soon,
sometime.
Yeah. And I also heard that there might be movies, too.
Yeah,
so
I've
that'll be
heard that too.
interesting. Yeah.
And third on our list is a favorite of ours, which is the Percy Jackson in the Olympians series. I don't own the first one, so we have the 5th one here for you.
So the first book is about this boy named Percy. It's kind of in the title. It's Percy Jackson and the Olympians. So it's in the title. It's about this boy named Percy who discovers that he is a son of a Greek god. And so he is half mortal, half demigod. When you are a demigod, you have monsters hunting you. So it's all of his adventures with monsters chasing him and hunting him down. It's by Rick Riordan, and he is a really, really good author. This is actually considered middle grade too. Percy Jackson is very funny and sarcastic, and that moves the story along a lot, and his friends are pretty great too.
Number 2 on this list is the Divergent trilogy by Veronica Roth.
I actually read this book in a night.
Basically, it is about when you turn 16, you take an aptitude test, which tells you which faction you belong in.
But it's also in the future.
Yes, it's the future. It's dystopian.
Yeah. It's placed in Chicago in the future, so like after the world has gone horrible.
And what happens is her test results come in inconclusive.
And so the factions are really cool, actually. You can take an aptitude test, and we might do a video on like taking tests. The girl's name is Beatrice Pryor. She has a brother named Caleb Pryor. It's her adventure on figuring out where she belongs in her society.
Going in our number 1 spot is the Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan. Basically, the second series, the like sequel series to the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. So it still has, you know, the same characters, but there's added characters.
It's still like the basic thing, like one of their parents is a god, the other parent is mortal. This kind of goes into young adult.
Yeah. Basically, in this one, there's 2 different camps, and it's a war between the 2.
Roman and Greek.
The reason why we have this like in our number 1 spot is because we really like the characters and the diversity of characters that are in here. Also, the different points of views, you get the viewpoint of each character, and each chapter is a new character.
I really, really like the different viewpoints.
There's also romantic elements in here.
Yes.
There's, you know, some couples going on.
This is, I feel like the series is more about discovering yourself with also, like, the twist, like, there are monsters hunting you. Run.
Yeah.
For your life, you will die. Just, you know, I've had a few people try to read this series first. No. If you read this first and you comment on this and say, oh, I read that series first, I am going to destroy you. Okay? Right, that kind of concludes our video. I hope you liked the top 5. Remember, we'll probably do top 10 like later on sometime.
Make sure you hit the red subscribe button down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and we will see you guys in our next video.
Bye guys.
Should I turn off the fan?
It's kind of loud.
Yeah, it just got like
I was worried about that.
It just got really loud when you started like when you started